What up, YouTube? It's Misery Hates Company. In this video, we're looking at the roadmap for Season 1 for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, DMZ, and everything in between. We got a brand new Battle Pass, the new way of doing the Battle Pass, a whole bunch of new features and game modes, which I'm really hyped about. We're going to talk about all of that. We're also going to talk a little bit about DMZ as a whole in that game mode, because we did get to see some gameplay of it from some of the content creators that went to Infinity Ward. So we're going to talk about that and so much more in this video. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, and I'm also going to mention I'm losing my voice a bit, so if I sound a little odd, that would be why. But yeah, so this is our roadmap for Season 1, which does drop in just under a week on November 16th. So we are obviously going to get Al Mazrah, which is a brand new Warzone map. All of the multiplayer maps, or at least the majority of them, and some old ones are actually built into Al Mazrah, which is really, really cool, actually. I feel like we've gotten a chance to play the map without actually playing the map. So that was pretty well done. DMZ, I do want to go ahead and take a second here to talk about this. So we got to see the gameplay. This was supposed to be the Tarkov-esque game mode that we were going to be getting. It was supposed to, apparently they were working on it before MW Modern Warfare 2019 when it came out. So it's been in production for a long time. So when we got a sneak peek of it, I think people had, I don't want to say high expectations, but had a very specific thing that we thought we were going to get. And I don't think we got that. So, and what I mean by that is it was very much compared to Tarkov in a lot of different ways. And what it really is basically Warzone with AI and challenges. So it's basically I mean, it is a looter in a, you know, escape-esque type game mode, but at the same time, like, it's not at all. So I don't know. I'm interested to play it. Maybe it was just how they were playing it. And I'm also curious, like, on the grand scheme of things, what is the replayability of that mode? Because I didn't really see anything that would draw us to wanting like a rank or overall, like all your items that you've collected or what you're working towards. Like, what is the purpose of grinding this? What is the grind? All game modes have to have a grind of some kind, in my opinion, at least. So I'm very curious, like, what DMZ's is going to be, if at all. Because then if it doesn't have one, then I feel like the lifespan on it is going to be very, very short for something they've spent this much time developing. So that's my initial thoughts on DMZ based off the gameplay that we saw, but we'll see how that turns out. So the new Gulag is 2 versus 2, which is actually pretty exciting. I'm a little cautious because I do like the 1v1, but they did make changes from Call of Duty Next, which a lot of people are a fan of, myself included. It is 2v2, and it's they changed it a little bit from Call of Duty Next, where there is still AI, but they don't spawn in right away. There's only one AI, and if you kill the AI, everyone gets let out. It's like the jailer sort of thing. But it's 2v2, so you can use proximity chat if you want. You do spawn with a weapon, which is nice, but you can also pick up random weapons that are on the ground. So my hope is that they used data to come to this decision, that it was necessary to make it 2v2 with all this randomness. Like, they looked at all the different gulags from like Warzone 1, and like, maybe this is appealing to new or less skilled players. If they did that based off data, I support this decision. If they didn't and they just wanted to spice things up, then this is a huge L, in my opinion. But we'll see how it is when we get our hands on it in just under a week. We're getting some new vehicles, a heavy chopper and the Hummer EV, which is interesting. We're getting the aquatic combat, which we've already had like a pretty big taste of that already in multiplayer and the campaign. The circle collapse, which is pretty interesting. It slows down the map pretty heavily, but we'll also see how that plays out. Proximity chat, which is a pretty exciting. The new buy station where you can actually buy your main weapon, which is pretty exciting. I don't know if you can buy like multiple main weapons. So like, if you buy one, does that lock you out for the whole game? Can you buy as many as you want if you have enough money? If you don't want to get a loadout, you can't get a loadout. So that'll be interesting to see. Third person playlist for Warzone. I mean, that's cool. I'm never going to play it. I am curious though, if that means that third persons will play against people. Like, are they in their own like lobbies? Like, all third person playlists, or I guess, yeah, it's its own playlist. It is, you know, its own entity. So that's good. Because I was really concerned it would be like where you have third person people playing against, you know, first person, because third person are going to be a pretty distinct advantage looking on corners like that. But if it's its own playlist, we should be good there. Interrogation in BR. This is going to be so toxic with proximity chat. I can't wait. But apparently you can interrogate someone and actually learn where their location of their party members are, which is pretty interesting. I think we're going to get some hilarious death comps from this, so that'll be fun. Modern Warfare 2, we are gonna get 2 new maps. One that is coming on release is Shoot House, which is 6v6, very exciting. And then mid-season shipment is coming out as well, which is gonna be so nice for the camo grinds. We're also gonna get raids, which is they said it's gonna be an extension of the campaign, which is very, very interesting. In this article, which we're not going to go through all of it, I just want to touch on really the high points because I don't like making my videos like 20 minutes long reading these articles. I read through it myself. These are just the cliff notes for all of it. So this new mode, the raid, apparently it's a continuation of the campaign, but you're gonna have to do the spec ops missions in order to do the raid. I don't know what the rewards are going to be as of yet, but I mean, if they're pretty sick, like blueprints and stuff, then I'll play it. But if not, I mean, again, just like DMZ, why are we going to want to play this? You have to give us a reward for putting in the time to play this and not playing other things. We're going to be getting a new co-op mission. Speaking of co-op, it's going to be called High Ground. So very interesting there. They are adding a new CDL mosh pit. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. I think it'll be really fun to like warm up in this very competitive mosh pit kind of mode. I'll be curious to see how that plays out. The battle pass. So new battle pass system. So apparently you can like select what you go to, which is kind of interesting. It looks like it's like a grid style, but you can actually pick which direction you go to unlock different items. So a little bit of you're having the ability of customizing your rewards and when you get them, which is pretty cool, especially for like the free to play or people who don't play that often. You can prioritize which rewards you want first, and if there's some that you're not necessarily like super fond of, you don't have to like stress about not getting the ones you want. So that's a W in my book. A new operator, Zeus. That's this dude right here. Looks pretty cool. New weapons in the battle pass, which is the Bass P SMG and then the Victus XMR, which is a sniper rifle. We're also going to be getting a Modern Warfare Football Club event, limited time operator bundle. So we have Messi coming, Pogba and Neymar Jr. Honestly, of the three of these, there's only two that I think that I would be interested in. That's Messi and Neymar. It's totally going to depend on like what the blueprints are for the guns. But yeah, that's pretty sick that they're doing that. Seems a little random, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Weapons, operators, and more. So there will be additional 2 items. M13 is coming out as well. And then the Chimera is coming out mid-season. They're talking about all these new bundles. The Pro Pack, the 7, looks like Sloth is written on his forehead. Greed, Fringe, Tactical. Pretty interesting. New operators, Klaus, which is going to be an in-season, so mid-season likely, and then Gaz, which will be in-season as well. Be interesting to see if those are unlocked or like paywall type thing. But that is going to do it for the season 1 blueprint. It's very, very, very exciting. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. It's going to be super sick. But yeah, less than a week, and that is it. Like, this is a very, very large article. It goes into some great detail. I covered all of the cliff notes. If you guys do want to read more into this, feel free to do so. It is on the Call of Duty website. But I did hit you guys with the cliff notes, so you don't have to spend like 20 minutes of your time reading it. You can watch my 10-minute video. So if you like the video, smash the like button. Until next time, guys, lock it in.